mode of operation takre adu mode of operation lo hong du khara khak yawi adu amtang yeng si ko adu mode of operation da yang tang jara singge ko aduna computing environment computing environment si yam kanna darkar lai bidina te du bu khang da badiya da ko. And the word computer is used to refer to the process of converting data into information. The advent of several new kinds of computers created to need to have different computing environments. The following are the different kind of computing environments available. Computing environments number one, this number one, personal computing environment. This will require a dedicated system and we will be the user and we will require a dedicated system. So this way we will learn, we will do jobs by using computer. Say personal computing environment. Magi maming personal computing haje kawan ko. Ani subada time sharing environment haiba masulai mathanda client server environment haiba masulai distributed computing environment haiba masulai yang kanna di maru oite akoina focus tawdoi sidi number 1 gi personal computing environment ni ado kanu se time sharing environment ji amutang phatawon di haige time sharing environment hairaga di yung ko main core oiba computer mo di laine ba ko aduga central aigi mouse yango mouse ta ko to sida central storage unit amasulaini central computer amasulaini aduga share resources like your printer also adusulaini sigi central computer sigi akhoi dam terminal kawi dam terminal haidana terminal amamloin paini computer monitor amada khoi mi mari mangadi yena ba yaba tamina ko oya samaga sidai da ko dam terminal mem je paine ba ko achowo organization tawi na hawayam tarami du bo hojiti mase maintain to bo wai paisa tingi haidana hojiti personal computing environment oina bu loinamak tongnare adubu time sharing environment se amtang tarake yengsi the concept of time sharing computing is to share the processing of the computer basing on the criteria time computer gi matam do mi kuri mak yenai haba computer matam di yam na thuno khotpa ngami dina thabak tawbuda mi obi tapidina adana mi mangam taram na computer gi processing time do mayam sizna ba yai haba ko sigi mo ongda ad moida sammaga lai ba sigi terminal 1 terminal 2 terminal 3 gaina sida sammaga lai ba machine sing se akhoi gi dedicated computer system do adugu mod natte ba ko mod dam terminal li adugi terminal do pop thugara ju nang iba information kari kara ama ba mangoi nang iba information nang thabak tori mem di central computer da laini central computer is housing in a different room and you are doing your work in different office modules or in rooms with connected dumb terminals ko aduna sina time sharing environment ni client server environment na haiba masulai client server environment je ko si high fat time sharing ga di manai haiba bu main oina khenari se sidaida server machine sina thabak khara su taw su ngamba sidaida na fully dedicated machine do oiba maksu natte ba ko sidai su ko aduduna a client server computing involves the processing between two machines karamano a client machine ko aduga a server machine client machine je kaino haragadi a client machine is the one which requests processing server machine haragadi kai khani server machine is the one which offers the processing hence the client is capable enough to do processing ko client si mana tawya ba thabak khara man pangthu i ko ngasai time sharing to the dam terminal khatani ko computer loin tawe ko sidadi client tawya ba thabak na khara khla ko the portion of processing is done by the client and the core important processing is done by the server sidadi client server sidadi yamaru ba thabak sing che server sidadi tawi adu client ju khara adum tawi ko client server environment adu sidai kadawre hai matamda main computer am lairani central storage am lairani share resource printer gum lairani aduga sidai da dedicated clients mayam am laine bako sigi client mayam se sidi nga sagi dam terminal do adugum am to oiroi sidadi nang na pai ba computer machine do ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯔꯁꯣꯅꯦꯜ ꯀꯝꯄ꯭ꯌꯨꯇꯤꯡ ꯏꯟꯚꯥꯏꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯗ ꯄꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯦꯆꯤꯟꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯀꯅꯦꯛꯇꯦꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯥꯏꯟ ꯁꯔꯚꯔ ꯏꯟꯚꯥꯏꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯁꯤꯗ ꯋꯥꯔꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯒꯦ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯃꯦꯆꯤꯟꯁꯤꯗꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯣ ꯑꯦꯁ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯔꯔꯣꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯗ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯕꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯀꯧꯏꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯂꯥꯁꯇ ꯗꯤꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯕ꯭ꯌꯨꯇꯦꯗ ꯀꯝꯄ꯭ꯌꯨꯇꯤꯡ ꯁꯤꯃꯁꯨ ꯈꯪꯕ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯑꯣꯏ इंटरनेट नेटवर्क अमदको सर्वर मैम लेबे सर्वर 1 सर्वर 2 सर्वर 3 मैम आई डायग्राम से इंटरनेट लेरे सर्वर अम लेरे को अदो क्लाइंट मैम सिंजे अखोगी डेडिकेटेड मशीन गातनी सिदा लेबे मैम सिंजे डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड कंप्यूटिंग माय ममिंग जे कावरनु डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड हाइजे को geographical locations मैम मैम अमदा लेरगा नेटवर्क अमदा लेरगा कोई थबक तौबदो अदुदुबु डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड कंप्यूटिंग कवी खुदा मोइना नंगना अमेज़न दगी पोर्ट लेगे हायरगदी नंगी युमद लेबा कंप्यूटर अमदा नत्रगा हौजिदि मोबाइल लेबु यारेको युमद लेबा कंप्यूटर अमदा अमेज़न गे साइट तो हांदुए नंग पोर्ट लेरे अदु नंगी मेचिन दुना जु कईगुम थबक खा तौबा याय नंग लई दे पेमेंट तवी तौगे हाइदो सर्वर दु लोइमक तौगिदोइनी को सुमाइन तौरगा वर्क तौरिबा सुमाइन तौरगा बिजनेस मॉडल तौरिबा मसी से सी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड model ko distributed computing environment provides a seamless integration of computing functions between different servers and clients. A client not just a request for processing the information from the server ko. The client also has the capability to process information. Ngasai client server model is the client sina server da request thaidana ko sida di request katang thabana taba client si loi thaba loi tawdi yadi ya ko the client also has the capability to process information all the machines client servers share the processing tasks ko sini isam samna distributed computing haraga di geographically ara pa jaga da leba machine maya mama internet ke through da samnaraga thabak tawne bado adubu distributed computing so coming to our fourth lecture, that is type of programming language. Ang tayang si types of programming language hay matamda yung ka types of programming language. There are two types of programming language which can be categorized into the following ways. Number one is low level language. Number two is high level language. Low level language hay ragadi computer katana khangba the language only machine understand is known as low level language. They are in strings of zeros and the one. Low level language da ani thona khai doi amana machine khatana khangba ani shuba amana ne machine du sarak pa scientist sing natraga adu pairaga la ni sin na thaina taromani ko assembly language na ko machine language na ko na kari haya khanai first generation language assembly language na kari haya khanai second generation language. Low level language hai je low hai wa hai je kawranu low level language hai raga di machine ji da ko na low level being na khanai ko human ji na high level being na khanai ko aduna low level ki kamu na ngang language low level language sheda makhalani first generation language second generation language. First generation language hai na purely machine language zeros and ones ko adagi mathang na assembly language hai raga na machine sare ba mi sinduna ko gi mnemonic code myam sijina raga irakpa adugumdo ko adusu yamna khatang li aduduna ni akoina moje low level ki manung thammi se mathanga high level language SLL high level language hairaga di number 1 da procedural oriented language third generation language haibam su lei mathanga number B problem oriented language 4GL haibam su lei mathanga number C natural language 5GL na haibam su lei ko sidai da akoi gi na haji ji tawdori ba C programming se CGC high level language ki number A category ji manung chali ko procedural oriented language ni da ko adana low level language se yelom thangusam tang yang si this language is the most understandable language used by the computer to perform its operation. It can be further categorized into ahanbada aina ngasa hai boy sinduni machine language haraga di strings of zeros and ones. It is the only language which the computer understand adu di sinduni ko machine language ki merit lai machine language ki demerit su lai machine language ki merit ta kal kai lai it is directly understood by the processor so has faster execution time since the program written in the language need not be translated. Ani subada it does not need large memory ko magi machine language direct computer program ibang amagadi pitru pi magi size do yam su yang mi de ni khangaro sendok sajin tabu ka ding ngamaro magi merit hairagadi ko directly machine understand tawre aduna magi translate tawna ba akhugi compiler adagi compiler adagidi assembler adagidi interpreter gaina amatta dakar tade ado compiler karino assembler karino interpreter karino haira gadi ai kisa kana khatan hai hoge ko machine language low level language number A machine language is level language hai no translation required this machine language is directly understands by the machine by the computer assembly language requires assemblers sing computer gi assembly language the program sing do machine language the onthora ka doini ko the high level language the masai high level language may require compiler or interpreter based on the programming language you use kodamoina basic language haira gadi interpreter seasonare C language haira gadi compiler seasonare ko interpreter haira na line by line translate toroga thabak tawhanba compiler hairagana whole loina compile toroga tawba ai atupa class amda moigi phajana maramda mu phajana haige demerit machine language demerit hairagadi it is very difficult to program using machine language since all the instructions are to be represented by zeros and ones ko adagidi ani suba demerit use of this language makes programming time consuming the program is program it is difficult to find error and debug aran kitang la laga thabak akoina pa madu torok thaba computer na adugi aran madu chum thona khona badu aduki mati gwai akoi chum nagi mina ga de khangaroi computer do e ba kamusi khangi it can be used by experts only to sida hai shini ko the speaker da point ma kalai machine na mag dam to e ba machine language machine amag da makta computer amag da e ba program do machine language is program do atop machine namada moi work to boya ko they are not portable machine de makhayam pole ma gi demeresing se programming language class ni mathangi slide sam tangi angsi assembly language is also known as low level language big low level language ko sige wahi chi yam phajaram dre assembly language is also known as low level language and programmers require detailed knowledge of hardware specifications to write the computer program. This language uses mnemonic code. Mnemonic code ka haigadi add taw gumba run taw haiguma print taw haigumba kogi kari haitare kogi code macha seasona yeba ko aduduna ni si seasona ba sinani ngasai computer na understand taw ngam de haido aduna assembler na sigi mayam singje zeros and the ones ta mu translate taw bam chang yeba ko adu hek translate kan di makoina khangba ngame adu akoina kan kasun akoi we are not going to write any computer program using machine language or using assembly language akoi di C season raga idoini adu assembly language gi merit haira gadi it makes programming easier than fast generation language. But the mnemonic code season raga ida pana 01 string mayam di akoi na khangba khara wai ba ko aduna mnemonic code season aduna khara live heli it makes programming process faster ko live na thure error can be identified much easily compared to past generation language na ka da lali no chumino ka habdo ko ka la aram bu thokpa irai lai shamdo pa yai ko it is easier to debug than machine language debug to ba habdi arana puthoga shamdo ga among no run to boga da sina live heli hai ni di me ta de chap mane program written in this language is not directly understandable by computer she the machine language direct motina ta banina direct computer na khangba ngamde mase hana translate to dakar lai haibani it is hardware dependent language ko aduna assembly language da suna computer amagi iba program do atopa computer amada run to bosunya yaro ko so aduduni sida haije it is hardware dependent language so programmers are forced to think in terms of computer architecture rather than to the problem being solved aduna computer gi manung da yare ba memory location magi architecture man khang daga di iba yate assembly language su adagi di machine language su being machine dependent language program written in this language are very less or not portable hadi computer amagi company na sarakpa computer amagi dam to iba assembly language program do atopa company na sarakpa computer amada work to sunya yaro haba chap mane ko sagi machine language so adagi assembly language so programmer must know its mnemonic code to perform any task adana magi machine dugi mnemonic code so loi tonga leba ko aduduna masi magi demerit ni the high level language dadi sidadi yam nuare akoi computer architecture khamba gi darkar sungoi oidre ade computer gi magi organization ki level khamba ba directly akoi tawni do karino habado hektam iba yare high level language hairagadi khwaidagi live example hayu hairagadi basic language ko adagidi akhoi tawdoriba C language ko adagidi se mamang ju Pascal adai COBOL Fortran gana mayam lay the high level language hairagadi mti instructions of this language closely resembles to human language or English like words. Akoina computer program do English like word even though to even are me even program do me understand tawre computer be understand tawre ko akoina even program do amu compile tawga atopa mo computer na khangba mo on thokpam sangi adu bu computer na on thokri mamang da akoina iningi mayam do iba ira lo ri it uses mathematical notations to perform the tasks. The high-level language is easier to learn. It requires less time to write and is easier to maintain the errors. The high-level language is converted into machine language by one of the two different language translator programs. One is known as interpreter or another is compiler. High-level language can be divided into further two broad categories. Masai mamang da high ko shita yaudo high-level language 3GL, 4GL, 5GL na laibado ko. Adu idune sida hailay se. Adu iduna sida ko. Ahan bada procedural oriented language. Procedural programming is a methodology for modeling the problem being solved by determining the steps and the order of those steps that must be followed in order to reach a desired outcome or specific program state. These languages are designed to express the logic and the procedure of a problem to be solved. It includes languages such as Pascal, COBOL, C, Fortran, Basic. C mayam sing ko. Samsam na hairabada English like language ni aduga magi language gi rule do language gi grammar language gi syntax aduni ko akhona tamdoi se aduga adugi once he khanga matungda akhona haningi wahido language gi rule gi matungna iraga loire ado akhona tawdoisina C programming tawdoini ko mathangi slide amtang yangsi problem oriented language ko sidista ne ngasagi akhoi fourth generation language na program ibna taba direct hekta akhoi visual ina gi iba ya mayam khak thogla iba ko yamna hena nungai ba ado si maming nang panmoina palamge si akhoi tawroi akhoi tawdudi masagi ahan bagi third generation language duni and fourth generation language hadi package gu magi type to lairani adona form design to baga se noina program code iraroi hekta ma form atama saba yare fourth generation language gi khudamoina hairagadi visual basic C sharp PHP sigumba mayam singsni ko 4GL gi minute hairagadi akoina yamna power program ka ke igi ga habdi pak yare roi magi ko to se minute di programmer need not to think about the procedure of the program ki logic to kan mi yengdra so hekta ma iba yare magi di minute hairagadi it is easier but needs higher processor and larger memory ado 4GL season ga iba program singdi program yam sawi yam slow oi ko adagi di natural language masigo akoina kari haraga khangnai 5 generation language haraga ju khangnai yebako ado natural language di hekta akoi english na wari sanari base sumaina ibu yabagi mo ongda thola ai ado hojimak yang kanna common oibumukti oidri ko ado magi merit di easy to program since the program uses normal sentences they are easy to understand. The program designed using 5 generation language will have AI, artificial intelligence. The program would be much more interactive and interesting. It is slower than previous generation language as it would be completely translated into binary code, which is a tedious task. Highly advanced and expensive electronic devices are required to run programs developed in 5GL. Therefore, it is an expensive approach. The 5GL run the way above mentioned, akoi college ju amata laite. 5 generation is just evolving now. Adu adagidi akoina haji main focus se akoi C da changani ado C gi se ai anuba ai lecture amada hage C gi rule mayam do tawraga C programming si tawdo ni ko ado C slash da hatang break am tang PC